Hello and welcome everyone to the season finale of the Rotax Max Challenge Euro Trophy. My name is Sweeney and we're here at Sarno to bring you all of the action as we crown 4 champions and hand out passes to the Rotax Max Grand Finals where we crown world champions in Bahrain. Let's jump straight into the action. It's time for the finals. The 2025 season of the Rotax Max Challenge Euro Trophy boils down to just 4 final races. First up is the DD2 and the DD2 Masters as we crown 2 champions this afternoon. Lights are on at the gantry, and for the first final of round 4 of the Rotax Max Challenge Euro Trophy, and for one final time for DD2 and DD2 Masters, we go racing here at Sarno towards turn number 1, and a good launch for Sem Notbiers as they're side by side for the fight for second. I think Nicolas van der Pavert has just been able to settle his way in quite nicely into second as well as they negotiate through the tight and twisty first sector. Sem Notbiers keeping himself nicely, firmly as the favourite. Through turn number 5 for the opening time, they'll break the beam at the first sector. We'll be able to confirm as to who's where. So far so good though for the top few as they make their way onto the back stretch out of turn 7 and towards the heavy braking zone of turn 8. First lap is in the books, and it's Sem Notbiers that will lead. This time from Laurence Beau, from Van der Pavert and Nicolas Picot. Michael Rosina lost a place on the opening lap. Leonardo Baccalini gained one ahead of Bendo Chabo now as they work their way through turn number 2. So the initial lap 1 melee has mellowed out just that little bit. Still got 13 laps of racing action as we tick our way on to lap number 2. Back straight once more, and Sem Notbiers feels the need to defend. This is going to bunch everyone back up once again. Jakub Bezel will comfortably take the championship. Sem Notbiers will get himself into that grand final contention, and Nicolas unfortunately falling a similar fate to what we've seen from Jakub Bezel. So Nicolas needs to find 5 more points in this race, and that means that he effectively needs to finish second to keep that second place in the championship. We'll take our way on to lap 7 of 14, so we're halfway through the race thus far. Sem Notbiers leads from Laurence Beau, who's not really been able to challenge too much. Then comes Nicolas van der Pavert. Michael Rosina once again setting the fast lap of the race with a 59.7. Then comes Leonardo. I was expecting a bit more, in all honesty. Baccalini fighting away with Rosina, though. We've been tracking their battle for the last couple of laps or so, and there's a huge sense to the inside there. Fantastic stuff. That being the 4:17 of Nicolas, making some good progress. He hasn't really had the pace all weekend long, but if there's any time to showcase it, it's right here, right now, to try and maximise the points. Picks himself up another point for a position. The way the points take track of us all the way back to Backersdorf in round 1 towards the back end of April this year. 465 pushing, that's Baccalini all over the rear end of Van der Pavert. Are they working together? No, there's the answer to that one, because as soon as the space opens up, Baccalini goes for the move, and the 417 of Nicolas picks up another position. Up now into what will be 4th place for Nicolas, and closing the gap in the championship to P2 to just 3 points back to Sem Notbiers. liveried OTK machine of Lawrence over Power, trying to close in the gap. The 465, Baccalini, now side by side once again with the 417 of Len Nice, who goes for the move on Van der Pavert, up into the podium places, and that will be up 9 places from where he started. Where has this pace been all weekend long? Has he just been saving his tyres? Len Nice has been on absolute fire this afternoon. Now with just 4 laps left to go by the time they cross the line, Len Nice into the podium places, and they break the beam. The gap will close to just 2 championship points in it. Nicolas Picot leading the way in the DD2 Masters, and with it will take that championship as things stand. Behind that, Jakub Bezel, our championship leader, will track him across the line as well. Not entirely sure as to, of course, what that's for, but the shows have seen something they don't like. There's the send to the inside though. The 417 swaps with Lawrence Abo, and that could be the tide shifted in the championship battle for P2. Sam Nopjes will start the final lap of the race. He's doing everything that he can. He's hanging on to that victory. Sam Nopjes, Len Nice, 560 apiece. One more tour of Sarno to decide the DD2 championship. Jakub Bezel will take it, but who will finish second? All but one race he has taken victory in. Through the heats on Friday, Saturday, the pre-final, and now the final here on Sunday. Sam Nopjes will take victory here at Sarno, and with it will take P2 in the DD2 championship across the line for Nicolas Picot. He will take the championship in the DD2 Masters, but our champion of 2025 for the Rotax Max Challenge Euro Trophy in DD2 will go the way of Jakub Bezel. A fantastic... Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to round number 4 of the Rotax Max Challenge Euro Trophy. We're here for the second final of the day, of course, for the Mini-Max. We've got 8 laps of racing action ahead of us. As the foots get put to the floor, the lights on the gantry will go out, and we will go racing for the final time in Mini-Max. 8 laps on the clock, and it's Emerson McAndrew that leads in towards turn number 1. The 175, though, goes very, very wide. That's Joshua Cook through the opening corner. That's going to drop him all the way to the back end of the field, just getting a little bit off-sighted through turn number 1, and that's going to pretty much put his final hopes to bed. Now, Oliver Spencer on the back end of Emerson McAndrew as they work their way through turn number 5. It's been a good launch so far. Oliver Spencer has got the advantage, working his way through in the 108 as well. Mick Klinkers has nicely worked their way up a couple of places. Then comes the 123 of Arthur Farrow, Tom Reed in 4th, Mark Casada. Then comes Emerson McAndrew after the slight crash. We almost missed all of the action that was unfolding on the racetrack. Lap 2 of 8 though, as we tick our way through the opening lap. Oliver Spencer in control. 104 machine. Emerson McAndrew also in 6th. Now has to fight an uphill battle to work his way through. The 142 of Oliver Spencer, though, gets absolutely mugged and up onto 2 wheels there after contact with Tom Reed. Of Mick Klinkers for Boban Power. Inside line opens up, the 123 squeezing Mick Klinkers all the way to the inside as Arthur Farrow squeezes his way past. Now the inside opens back up again. Oliver Spencer back on the inside of one car. That gets him through on Mick Klinkers. The 102, getting himself back into podium contention. Now inside line, Oliver Spencer, I think, picked his way through nicely on Arthur Farrow. Now the 142 of Oliver Spencer. McAndrew goes defensive. Here comes the 122 of Riley Murray. Gets the up and under on what is the 108 of Mick Klinkers. Now as the inside line does the 122. Nicely done there from Riley Murray. Oliver Spencer, though, just in control, despite the fact that he's under a lot of pressure. It's not actually the lead that's swapping hands. It's P2, P3, 4, 5, and 6 that are all jostling. Joshua Cook takes the fast lap of the race. Albeit, oh my goodness me, a huge crash. The 142 of Oliver Spencer does a perfect pirouette, recovered brilliantly, but now has lost a heap of ground. Now it's the 122 of Riley Murray that takes the lead of the race. He's joined by the 108 of Mick Klinkers. Not entirely sure as to what happened there. As they work their way through the S's, through and towards turn 14 for the final time. Is there any opportunity for Mick Klinkers? Slightly defensive goes Riley Murro, and that's going to allow the 108 to close the gap. We've seen drag racers in Minimax before. The checker flag will wave. Riley Murro up 11 places, P12 to P1. Riley Murro will take victory here at Sarno. What a sensational drive for the 122, and there's drag racers throughout the field. It's time for the Junior Max final in 2025 at the Rotax Max Challenge Euro Trophy. We are going to crown a European champion today. Dan van der Venken sends us underway for the Junior Max final. As we go racing, a poor start though from Kai Clark on the front row, and already jumped by Masnas Maljas with the black helmet, the Lithuanian challenging for the race lead in towards turn number 2, trying to at the least put Van der Venken off guard ever so slightly. They worked their way through the opening couple of corners, couple of cuts going side by side. It's the melee of the opening lap as you've got cuts here, there and everywhere. Hop, skip and a jump over the grass as well for one of them. Over the curve through turn 6, now through 7 and onto this back stretch. His ability to stay composed is very impressive. Goes a little bit wide through the penultimate corner into the S's, and that allows Kai Clark to at the very least have a look. Now who's got the better run? Point to his Chaos Sport teammate as going defensive goes Van der Venken, just in behind that as well. I think you've got even Morris, the 232, trying to keep the likes of Stimon Kong at bay. In towards turn number 2 for our race leaders though. As up onto 2 wheels there, that's the 97 of Max Siderski. Indeed it is. They've collected 2 cuts with him as well. Who's involved in that one? So I think Siderski was up on 2 wheels there, side by side for the race lead though through turn 6. Kai Clark takes it from Van der Venken. Who's now up a couple of places very nicely indeed for Friend. And now side by side, Kai Clark has lost the lead. Van der Venken goes through, so do does Masnas Maljas. Here comes the 202 of Stimon Kong as well. Been swamped out, Masnas Maljas, he's lost a couple of places, now has to go defensive towards turn 8. That allowed Kai Clark and Stimon Kong through. It won't be enough to see them as European champion, but of course it will be enough to get him the final victory at Sarno. And up onto 2 wheels and up into Kai Clark's head there. Van der Venken gets sent round. Kai Clark with contact, and now Stimon Kong. Kai Clark, after getting a rear wheel to the head, now has to focus on and muscle forwards in this race as he's assumed the lead. Harry Freeman, Masnas Maljas now towards turn number 2. Albert Friend takes the lead. Kai Clark left to dry around the outside. Albert Friend leads. Harry Freeman, Kai Clark, Mate Kopikitsi from the 212 of Dragos Abyssal QT in 5th. Then comes Stimon Kong, Rory Armstrong and Eben Morris. Final lap of the Junior Max season. Albert Friend has been defending for the last 5 laps. Mate Kopikitsi goes for second, but the door shuts as Harry Freeman keeps him behind. Kai Clark trying to get himself involved, trying to promote himself onto the podium. Abyssal QT as well in the top 5. Anything can happen. Albert Friend has got just over a kilometre left to run. Will it be downhill racing? Will it be Chaos Sport? Albert Friend versus Harry Freeman. They're pushing each other in towards turn 14. The checkered flag will wave. Albert Friend has capitalised so well from P9 on the grid. The checkered flag will wave. He wins here in Sarno for the final round of the Rotax Max Challenge Euro Trophy. Albert Friend wins in Sarno, and across the line, Jakub Ashcroft will take the title. And with it a ticket to the grand finals. Kai Clark and Rory Armstrong, the top 3 in the championship, they get themselves tickets to Bahrain. we've only got a couple more minutes before the drivers get themselves suited, booted, and into the carts, ready for 14 laps of racing action. Ahead of the championship finale for Senior Max. And the pressure you must... I mean, I'm nervous, let alone I'm in the very nice air-conditioned commentary box, looking at a screen. I'm not sat in the car. The vibrations of the engine behind you, the anticipation, everyone watching. Controlling the pace is Sean Butcher. He'll decide when they put their foot to the floor. He'll decide when we go racing for the final time here at Sarno. The 357 goes defensive towards turn number 1. Macaulay Bishop getting tipped by not one but 2 carts towards the opening corner. Now has the outside line towards turn number 2. The favour swinging in the advantage of Sean Butcher. Now through turn number 2, in towards 3, now 4. This weekend, the focus has to be forward though. You cannot settle after the opening lap. You need to be pressing on. Teresa Babakova though, the 663, trying to work her way through. The inside opens up on Kean Geraghty. She thinks about sending it, but Geraghty slams the door in her face, says absolutely not. Lap 2 of 14. Side-by-side action for the race lead as well. Tino Sidler's going to go for it. Sean Butcher leaves the inside open. Sidler fills it late on the brakes towards the inside of turn 8. Look over the shoulder there. Macaulay Bishop sends the move to the inside of Sean Butcher, and he just lets it happen. That's the mindset of a champion. He's not worried about winning this race. He's worried about winning the championship. Macaulay Bishop, though, climbing an uphill battle. Lap and a half left of this race remaining. It's going to bring yellow flags in towards the opening corner as well. Double wave yellows because of that incident. We've not seen it yet on the broadcast, but as they come around the final corner, you will soon see it. So that means it's going to be one less overtaking opportunity. Not that Macaulay Bishop needs it, because he's sent the move to turn 14 on his Dan Holland Racing teammate. Sean Butcher closes the gap. Now onto the final lap of this race. Taking any chance with Tino Sidler as he closes in with a slipstream late on the brakes between the pair of them. Tino Sidler tries to get the up and under, does draw alongside, but into the S's. Is he going to try and muscle his way around the outside? He's going to give it a good go. There's contact between the pair of them, and Sean Butcher takes the lead of the race. Macaulay Bishop goes off the road, rejoins in 3rd place. Tino Sidler is there, and it's all come nicely packaged together for Sean Butcher. His first final victory. It's going to be a crowning moment as well for Sean Butcher, the 357. He'll take his ticket to Bahrain. He's got a couple of corners left to go. The checkered flag will wave. European champion and Sarno race winner Sean Butcher. What a race. What a way to end it. Macaulay Bishop comes home in 2nd from Teresa Babakova in 3rd. The Czech driver capitalising on the late contact. Tino Sidler brings it home in P5 just behind Kean Geraghty. We'll run you through the full results in a few moments' time, just after the highlights. Well, there you have it, folks. We have crowned our 4 champions here at Sarno. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you all of the action here circuit side. We've had some brilliant racing, but of course the racing action is not done just yet in 2025. Our champions get their ticket to the grand finals, where they could have the opportunity to join a huge roster and join themselves in the Karting Hall of Fame as they crown themselves world champions later on in the year at Bahrain. A huge thank you to everyone here at WSK, here at Rotax, and here for the Rotax Max Challenge Euro Trophy. It's been an amazing season all the way back in Germany. We head to the Czech Republic for round 2, and then of course to Karting Genk in Belgium for round 3. We ended it off here in Sarno, and what a season it has been. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we'll see you back in 2026, but don't forget, we've got the World Champions yet to come.